So how did you get into partying?
Being friends with the people I used to play ball with, and these ones were they used to party a lot. It became a roller coaster now. It doesn't feel like it was real. I know some people from Gael University, some people who caught HIV. I didn't do anything different than them, but God's grace. And I believe also mom's prayers played a huge part in that. Mom's prayers played a huge part in that. God covered me, like I've seen it. I've seen it. Few times, crazy story. There was a time, one day, I'd gone to the club with my friends and I met a girl who I knew, like she had a mad crush on me back in high school. Like I knew it, like it was obvious. She didn't even hide it. But by then I wasn't interested, right? So we met now and I was in university right now. I'm this other guy. I'm like, oh, I got you, you know? So yeah, we dance and all that. Then we planned for me to go visit her. The next day, I think, or a few days later. So the morning of the day I was supposed to go see her, you know? I wake up, I go to the table to have my breakfast, and right there's a piece of candy, and there's a Bible with a bookmark from my mom. She had gone to work.
Okay.
I'm like, she's never done this, right? So I'm like, what is this? I open, I read the verse. It's I don't remember if it's in Proverbs, but it's the one about I think it's in Proverbs, King Solomon or someone warning of like the lady who waits for the man in the street and like, be careful, she entices him, and then I remember the part of she pierces him on the side or something like that.
There's no way, man.
That's all that was. That's all it was, and a piece of candy.
Right.
I read that. I told my friend, he was my neighbor, like we were together. Because the girl, they were classmates.
Okay.
I showed it to him. He's like, bro, don't go.
Don't go, yeah.
I'm like, I turned off my phone the whole day.
That's a sign.
For the whole day.
Yeah.
How did mom know? On the day of.
Yeah. God's telling on you.
Bro, big time. Big time. So that's one of those things I know, like,
yeah, it's God's grace.
God's grace, my guy. But also that he prevented me from going, right? But what about all the nights, like especially those university nights? All those nights, man. Like different, so many. I kept a journal. Should I share? Yeah, let me share this. God redeemed me for someone. Before getting married, I took a 21-day fast, January 2018. We were set to get married August 2018. So January, 21-day fast. Like, we're gonna get married, and the Lord is now convicting me of my porn addiction. I still had it. I came with a lot of masturbation and all that, sleep. So now, because now I've given my life to Christ, I was really, abstaining from sex with women.
Right.
But the porn was there. Right. And, So I took that 21-day fast, and I was, the Lord had told me, convicted me also of like, you need to break all these soul ties you have, right? And one morning, it was the morning of now denouncing each and breaking each soul tie. And I had to do it by, calling them by their names.
Oh, wow.
And I have a journal. I wrote all the names. Bro, when I counted.
It was long, huh?
I was embarrassed.
Oh, no.
I was embarrassed. This had started actually, when you're walking in the streets.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Long time? Like, yo, I slept with that girl. Oh, no. A few hours later, I slept with that. I'm like, oh, no, this don't feel good.
Right.
This does not feel good at all. I feel like... I don't want to say it.
One of those.
Hey. So even like writing those names down and everything.
Hi,
My name is Stefan Alexis, conceptual photographer turned YouTuber and the creator of Fatherly Advice. Now, this channel was created to help men of God fill the gap in a world of fatherlessness. On this channel, you'll find fathers from all walks of life share their insights and advice on some of life's greatest challenges. If you'd like to support what we do, you can check out our Patreon where you can find full-length interviews, behind-the-scenes content, my thoughts on the conversations, and much more. You can also support us by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing this content to the people that need it the most. So many of us suffer in silence, and you don't know who you could impact with a few simple clicks. Lastly, if you'd like to be a part of this channel, you can check out the description below where you can find instructions on how to contact us. And yeah, that's it for now. Enjoy the rest of the conversation. It was a check, like it's really brought it to
when
reality.
You see it, bro.
Yeah.
When you see it, it's when you you really like hold up. Yeah. Okay, yeah. In the moment you not feel it, you don't see it. Some of them prostitutes. Others one night stand. Others had rumors. You know, I've heard some rumors that are scary.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Right.
How? My boy slept with one. No, it wasn't someone I know. Slept with one, and
Game over, huh?
right now he's drinking his life away because he feels like he has nothing else to live for.
Wow.
You know, so how did I survive all this? Only God's grace. Only God's grace. I didn't do anything better than anyone. I'm not more special than anyone else.
Yeah.
But I'm here. So like, yeah, thank God. Yeah. So that was, man, God's grace. There's so many instances, but yeah.
And you're here too.
Bro,
and you're here, bro. Yo, thank God, bro. We get to enjoy Gael, man. Thank God, bro. I'm glad, man. Thank you, Jesus.
Just His grace, man.
Do you think access to legal cannabis has made a negative or positive impact on our society?
Definitely negative impact.
How so?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it made a bigger negative impact than it was already, because despite the laws, still people smoking, even if underage. Personally, I don't see a big okay, maybe just the belief that now it's legal. Maybe
It's okay.
It's okay now. Maybe the impact will be even more with the next generation, because for them it will be more of it's a normal thing,
Right.
you know.
Do you have any idea? Like, how do you think it would impact them?
The
Next generation.
The next generation.
Yeah. Or it could. It could impact them.
I think it would be more. I think it would be harder for them to understand what's wrong with it. Growing up in a society where it's
normal.
It will be normal, right? Because it's legal. No one is hiding it. No one is, you know. At least when those things you do in the dark, some people be like, okay, at least it's. I need to be careful how I tread and everything. There's still that idea of awareness that it's, you know,
There's like a shame to
something.
it, or like a guilt. Maybe?
There's probably shame, there's probably guilt, but also just the fact that, man, there's something wrong about this, you know? If I do this, I'll get in trouble with my parents, with the law and stuff like that. Over time, I believe, you know, they get to understand why. But I think that to understand the why might be harder for a generation that grows up in this when it's actually normal. Just a few days ago, I actually watched a video where there was some woman who was explaining how the devil works, because the same number of fallen angels that fell, they did not multiply. It's the same number, right? So they cannot possess each and every one or you know, every single person on earth. But what they can do is influence a certain culture, influence that, and the next generation, you know, like 2, 3, 4 generations down the line, it will be a normal thing. It will be the culture now. You see what I mean? It will be the culture now. It just becomes automatic.
Yeah, it spirals.
You know?
Yeah.
So I believe that's how this, actually, I believe that's what's happening right now that I think about it. The next generation that will find it, that's going to find it legal, it will be more of like telling someone, like explaining that this is not good for you, be like, well, no.
Get it down the street.
It's get it down the street. My dad, for as long as I've known him, is doing it. It's fine. You know? It's fine. It's just like, I just don't see what you're talking about. I haven't seen, you know? So, yeah, so far I think that's what I think could be the case. And I'm sure there's more, but I just don't know what exactly. That's all I think for now. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I know that there are like cognitive consequences to smoking weed, especially at a younger age, in terms of how your brain develops over time.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, because it actually it hinders the growth in your hippocampus that helps you like process information and like memory and stuff. So if you start smoking at an earlier age, you'll get to a point in your life where your brain is developed and you don't have those like parts of your brain develop properly.
Whoa.
And then you end up experience like issues at work and at school and with your kids and yeah. So it gets like, if you start like the train too early, even if you start the train at all, it could have like mental impacts. And weed is it can be very addicting.
Yeah.
You know?
Very, yeah.
Yeah, so that carries on. So it's a little it's a slippery slope, in my opinion.
The thing I know for sure, it messes up the short memory.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, short-term memory. Yeah. That's one thing I was aware of when I was smoking as well. Short-term memory. Yeah. Literally forget what just happened.
What you just did.
You know? Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah.
It's crazy.
So if you're growing up where that's such a normal thing, it's not good, you know? Yeah.
How can family members or close friends support someone battling a weed addiction without enabling them?
Number one, I believe, always go to the main source, like the creator of that person, God, you know? Mostly to pray for them on their behalf, that God delivers them, to pray for mercy for them, and also for wisdom on how you can actually help them, you know? And God, I believe God always, in His sovereignty and by His grace, He can show someone how to help someone, right? I'm sure it takes a lot of patience, because some people it can break overnight. You pray for them, demons manifest, they're delivered, people throw up. And it's over, you know, just like that. For some others, it's a process, you know. For some others, it's a process. So that's where God's wisdom, you would need God's wisdom. You'd need God's wisdom. So you can try and help someone a certain way and it won't do anything, right? It might make it worse. But for me, always, God, show me how to do this, how to go ahead with this. It could be even just pointing them to someone who might actually be able to help them. Right. You know? Right. Yeah.
What part of obedience has to play in that? Because God could ask you to do something that you may not want to do with that, you know, as you engage with that person. So yeah, like what part of obedience do you think
could be the obedience of calling them out, like straight up. Right. Hey. You know? That might come with backlash. Might come with some serious backlash. You might lose a friend or a family member for good. Like, you know, well, God forbid, not for good, but some people actually, you know, they'll cut ties with you because, you know, but you've done your part. As long as they heard the message, now it's up to them, you know.
How do you think people could overcome that fear of potentially losing a loved one or family member?
How do you overcome it?
Yeah. If God is like, you need to do this, and you're like, I know this person's going to react poorly.
Yeah.
You know, how do you overcome that fear?
Well, for me, I'd be like, I know I fear God more than them. I fear having to answer God of, why didn't you do it? Like when I told you, that I fear disobeying God. That's what would push me to be like, hey.
Take a deep breath and
I love you, but I love me too.
And if I don't do this,
man,
it's game over for me potentially. Yeah.
For both of us, actually, it could be for both of us,
That's true.
But like straight up, man, like stop this,
So fearing God over man.
Yeah, fearing God over man. Loving God more than man. I think a lot of that also comes with the understanding that people are people, man.
Yeah.
If it's not that, tomorrow you might say something else unrelated,
right,
with no intention at all, and they'll take it off. They'll take it the wrong way, and
that's true.
Yeah,
and you split anyways.
Yeah. So as long as your motive is love, and you do it in wisdom, and you just take that step. Like only some things, some fears we overcome by facing them head on. We overcome them. We face them. We realize it's not as bad as I thought it was.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
Some things may be painful. It's for a season. It's for a good thing. Surgery hurts.
Surgery hurts.
Surgery hurts. There's no other way around it.
All right. Yeah. Looking back, what lessons has God taught you through this struggle? And how has it shaped your approach to fatherhood?
There's no, if I may say, greater high than him.
That's funny. Okay, true.
Get drunk in the spirit.
Right.
Not, not spirits, right? Yeah. Not substances, right? In him, there's the fulfillment I need, right? In him, there's the fulfillment I need. With the weed, it just never enough, right? Well, and in a bad way. In a bad way. So still empty at the end of the day, Still empty, no clarity. In God, fulfilled, there's clarity. Realize this is all I need, He's all I need. Weed will not take away my problems. God will do that. Because I will not forget. We'll never forget our problems. We'll try and escape, but they're still there and they'll affect us, badly. Yeah. So there's no fulfillment. He showed me he's my source, actually. Yeah. My source of joy, peace, everything I need. I can only get it from him and nothing else. Yeah. I think I've learned also with the weed and everything. Now we're going deep, and these are things I've been really, the Lord has really been revealing to me. With those substances, because we're spirits. The body is just a
vessel.
It's just a vessel, it's just a housing, but we're spirits. When we are high on weed or drunk on alcohol, we're opening doors to, we literally give the devil access, like, hey, I'm here.
Welcome. Right.
Come do what you do. That's where you hear people saying, oh, I blacked out. I blacked out. I fought, beat someone up. I slept with this girl. How did I even end up here? Things like that. It's like you have no control. Blame it on the alcohol, because we're not in our right mind.
Yeah.
So if we're not in our right mind, what's driving us, right?
Yeah.
And that's something you don't want for your soul, If we're to open ourselves to the spirit, we're spirits, so we need to close one door and open ourselves to God himself, right? We cannot do that while taking substances. Yeah, speaking of opening stuff, there are few times, especially in university, there are few times I would wake up in the middle of the night in bed and I would literally feel